Ever been stuck in a group chat where someone's passive-aggressive K reply made you want to yeet your phone into the sun? Or watched a coworker literally rearrange a project timeline mid-meeting while everyone else just stared? Conflict is messy, but here's the kicker. How we handle it, that's pure personality gold. Welcome to MBTI Spectrum, where we crack the code on why your ENTP friend turns every argument into a TED Talk, or your ISFJ mum forgets to mention she's mad for 3 weeks. Today's deep dive: how each of the 16 MBTI types avoids conflict or doesn't. Spoiler, the ESTJ isn't avoiding anything. Let's roll. Section 1. The Analysts. INTJ, INTP, ENTJ, ENTP. INTJ, the Architect. Strategy. Nuclear level logic. INTJs don't avoid conflict, they dissect it. Picture this. Your INTJ friend's partner complains they're too cold. Instead of apologising, the INTJ whips out a spreadsheet titled Emotional Output Metrics, 2019 to 2023. Conflict solved, feelings ignored. Go. They'll rationalise emotions into oblivion, leaving the other person wondering why they're suddenly debating the definition of affection. Pro tip for dealing with INTJs. If you want to win an argument, bring data. If you want to resolve the conflict, acknowledge their logic first, then gently mention that humans aren't robots, but maybe phrase it as a hypothesis to keep them engaged. ENTJ, the commander. Strategy, dominate the narrative. ENTJs treat conflict like a chess game they've already won. Family dinner argument? They'll interrupt with, "Let me rephrase this for clarity," then steamroll objections with a PowerPoint on why I'm right. Pro tip: don't challenge their authority unless you're ready to be outmaneuvered by someone who's already planned your counter-argument. Real-world example. An ENTJ manager hears complaints about micromanaging. Their response? A town hall meeting titled Optimizing Autonomy, a 5-Step Framework. Attendees leave confused but impressed. Conflict redirected. INTP, the Logician. Strategy: the silent exit. INTPs hate emotional drama. If a conflict feels illogical, they'll vanish faster than a deleted Reddit thread. Imagine an INTP roommate confronted about dirty dishes. They'll pause, mutter, fascinating, and retreat to their cave to analyse whether they even exist. Conflict avoided? No. Merely postponed indefinitely. Bonus quirk: INTPs might send you a 3 a.m. text with a philosophical take on the conflict weeks later. Example: per Nietzsche, all human interaction is inherently contradictory, so about those dishes. ENTP, the debater. Strategy: chaos as a distraction. Why resolve conflict when you can redefine it? ENTPs derail tension with absurd hypotheticals. Partner, you forgot our anniversary. ENTP, but what is time really? If a tree falls in a forest, QI rolls. They'll flirt with controversy until everyone forgets why they were mad or gets a headache. Workplace example: an ENTP coworker misses a deadline. When confronted, they pivot to, "But imagine if deadlines were optional. Innovation would skyrocket." Manager sighs. Meeting adjourned. Section 2. The Diplomats. INFJ, INFP, ENFJ, ENFP, INFJ, the Counselor. Strategy: harmony at all costs. INFJs absorb conflict like emotional sponges. Your INFJ friend will mediate your feud with the barista who messed up your latte, while secretly drafting a 5-year plan to prevent future coffee trauma. Their kryptonite? Being forced to confront their own needs. They'll smile, say, "It's fine," then write poetry about existential despair at 2 a.m. Relatable scenario: INFJs will host a peace talk between feuding friends, complete with herbal tea and ambient music. Outcome: everyone's calm, except the INFJ, who's now overanalyzing whether they use the right font on the reconciliation agenda. ENFJ, the Protagonist. Strategy: emotional Jedi mind tricks. ENFJs weaponize charm. Imagine an ENFJ roommate who ate your last slice of pizza. Instead of apologising, they'll gaze at you soulfully and say, "I wanted you to have it, but I was so hungry after planning your surprise birthday." Now you feel guilty. Masterstroke. Workplace power move. An ENFJ team leader resolves tension by announcing, "Let's all share what we appreciate about each other." Cue tears, hugs, and temporary amnesia about the project's failure. INFP, the mediator. Strategy. Retreat to fantasyland. INFPs detest confrontation. When faced with conflict, they'll daydream elaborate scenarios where everyone holds hands singing Imagine. Real-life example. An INFP accused of missing a deadline might send a 10-paragraph email about the symbolism of deadlines in Kafka's The Trial, but never address the actual problem. Relationship hack. Want an INFP to engage in conflict? Frame it as a shared creative problem. Example, how can we both grow from this disagreement? Watch them whip out a journal and coloured pens. ENFP, the campaigner. Strategy. Deflect with enthusiasm. ENFPs will dodge conflict by pivoting to vibes. Partner, we need to talk about us. ENFP, us? Let's talk about this amazing meme instead. They'll crack jokes, plan spontaneous road trips, or hype you until you forget the issue. Warning, this works exactly once. Genius fail. An ENFP tries to resolve a family feud by organising a karaoke night. Uncle Dave's rendition of Bohemian Rhapsody distracts everyone until someone remembers the inheritance dispute. Section 3. The Sentinels. ISTJ, ISFJ, ESTJ, ESFJ. ISTJ, the Inspector. Strategy, the rulebook defence. ISTJs resolve conflict by citing protocol. Your ISTJ dad won't argue about curfew. He'll slide you a printed list of house rules, revised 2007, annotated in red pen. Stray outside the guidelines, prepare for a stoic lecture on responsibility. Emotions, not in the manual. Office drama. An ISTJ accountant disputes a colleague's expense report. Their weapon? A highlighted clause from the 20-team Financial Policy Handbook. Colleague surrenders. ISTJ nods. As per Section 4.3. ESTJ, the executive. Strategy. Assert dominance. ESTJs don't avoid conflict, they end it. Office disagreement, they'll declare, "This meeting is over, here's the new plan." Resistance is futile. Their mantra, efficiency feelings. Just pray you're not the one they're efficiently dismantling in the group email. Family feud. At Thanksgiving, ESTJ aunt shuts down political debates with, "We're here to eat turkey, not democracy. Pass the gravy." Mic drop. ISFJ, the defender. Strategy, silent martyrdom. ISFJs avoid conflict by suffering mildly. Forget to thank them for dinner. They'll sigh, "No, it's okay, I like cooking alone," while scrubbing pans with aggressive vigour. They hope you'll notice their subtle hints. You won't. Cue a 3 a.m. stress baking session. Roommate horror story. ISFJ texts, "Don't worry about cleaning the bathroom, I'll just do it." Again. Translation. You have 24 hours to apologise before they reorganise your sock drawer accidentally. ESFJ, the consul. Strategy. Guilt trips for the greater good. ESFJs weaponise communal harmony. At a family feud, they'll tear up and say, "Can't we all just get along with sure for grandma?" Suddenly, you're apologising for things you didn't do, all while craving their approval. It's manipulative, but effective. Wedding drama. ESFJ bridesmaid resolves a bridal party clash with, "Let's focus on what matters, the bride's happiness." Meanwhile, she's side-eyeing the maid of honour's shoes. Section 4. The Explorers. ISTP, ISFP, ESTP, ESFP, ISTP, the Virtuoso. Strategy, practical exit. ISTPs fix problems, not feelings. Partner upset. They'll silently fix the leaky faucet you complained about, then disappear into the garage for 6 hours. Conflict resolved, in their mind. Emotional depth, maybe after they finish rebuilding the carburetor. Apology. Language. ISTPs show remorse by assembling your IKEA furniture. No words, just a perfectly built Billy bookcase and a shrug. ESTP, the entrepreneur. Strategy, distract with thrills. ESTPs escape tension by chasing adrenaline. Fight with a friend, they'll drag you to a rock climbing gym mid-argument. Talk later, let's jump off this cliff first. By the time you're done, you're too exhausted to remember why you were mad. Date night gone wrong. ESTP forgets anniversary. Their solution? Surprise skydiving trip. You're furious, until you're mid-air, screaming, "I love you." ISFP, the artist. Strategy, ghost mode activated. ISFPs hate confrontation so much, they'll vanish. Sent a risky text, they'll turn off their phone and paint a mural about the fragility of human connection. Re-emerge 3 days later with zero explanation. You'll never know if they're enlightened or just avoidant. Breakup strategy. ISFPX sends you a Spotify playlist titled Unspoken Words instead of having the talk. You're left decoding Radiohead lyrics. ESFP, the entertainer. Strategy, charm offensive. ESFPs disarm conflict with charisma. Caught gossiping, they'll flash a grin, say, "You know I adore you," then shove a shot into your hand. Anger melts into laughter. Until next time, proceed with caution. Their vibes are irresistible but fleeting. Workplace save. ESFP intern crashes the company server. Their recovery? A viral TikTok apology dance. Boss laughs. Crisis averted. Section 5. Conflict crossover when types collide. ENTJ versus INFP. ENTJ. Your report lacks structure. INFP. Stares out window, mentally composing a haiku about corporate oppression. Resolution? ENTJ revises the report themselves. INFP writes a sonnet about capitalism. ESTJ versus ENTP. ESTJ? Follow the process. ENTP. But what if the process is flawed? Result: a 2-hour debate ending with ESTJ muttering, "I'll allow it this once." ISFJ versus ESTP. ISFJ. You never help with chores. ESTP. Let's rock, paper, scissors for it. ISFJ sighs, cleans up, then accidentally donates ESTP's gym shoes. Whether you're the friend who ghostwrites a manifesto to avoid a fight, looking at you, INTP, or the ESTJ who turns every debate into a courtroom drama, conflict is where personality shines. Drop a comment below. What's your type? And did we nail your conflict style? Smash that like button if you're guilty of sending your INFJ bestie into harmony overload, and subscribe for more MBTI secrets. Until next time, stay curious, and maybe don't at your ENTJ coworker unless you're ready for war.